Atchison police say the man who killed himself after shooting Ensbrenner was Skylar Barbie.
And Barbie's aunt told NBC Action News that he had been treated for mental illness. That focuses now attention on cutbacks in funding for treatment. Chris Hernandez is here with more information on that. Chris?
Well, experts emphasize that having mental illness does not lead to violence on a regular basis. But there has been concern across the state about the impact of big funding cuts. Skylar Barbie's family says he spent time earlier this year in the Rainbow Mental Health Facility in Kansas City, Kansas. Due to funding cuts and other problems, Rainbow is now open only for 72-hour crisis situations with only 8 beds. It used to have 50 beds. It's symbolic of cuts to mental health treatment statewide.
Longer waits between their medication visits. It may mean a longer time before you get an appointment to see a therapist.
Wyandotte Inc. is a nonprofit community mental health agency. Its funding from a state grant has dropped 73% in the past 5 years. The chief executive says when people don't get treatment, bad things can happen.
You've had more violence as a result, maybe homicidal behavior or maybe suicidal behavior.
Despite what happened in Atchison, it's difficult to draw a direct line between a specific case of mental illness and specific crimes. But overall, experts see a link. The Wyandotte County Sheriff says 35 to 40% of his jail's inmates take medication for mental illness. He says that number would increase if you count those with drug and alcohol addictions.
More of those people end up in jail, more of those people end up in state hospitals in more, much more expensive care.
Zevin Bergen agrees with the sheriff, who says there are many people in jail who would be better served in a mental health facility instead. Now, Wyandotte Inc. says the current wait at their facility is about 2 or 3 weeks for mental health counseling appointments. It can be longer in other places. And people without insurance usually meet with a supervised student rather than a full-fledged therapist. Chris Hernandez, NBC Action News.